Hello, it's Tuesday, April 25th. How is everyone doing? I decided to make a video today with Mercury going to retrograde last week. We talked about that. And retrograde great times are usually when you want to rest, review, rewind. So I thought I would share my videos of Indian Harbor Beach and Melbourne Beach, which are right next to each other, and I walked up and down these two beaches while I was on vacation during Easter. And with all the weather coming in here in Illinois, for me in particular in the southern part at U of I, it has gotten to freezing level the other day. It was 30 degrees in the morning. So, needless to say, by the afternoon, the highs up at about 50 degrees. So, after getting up to 75, 80 a couple times last week before, I've already had to turn on my air conditioner, and so now I'm back to heat. And that usually doesn't help me with my nasal passages so much, dry air and all that. So I thought I would just share these videos I took while I was walking on the beach, which is probably top 3 of my favorite things to do. Is walk along the beach, pick up the seashells. And today the Cancer moon is moved in. We'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, Leo moon moves in over the weekend. By next Monday, Tuesday, when I come back again, we will have the moon in Virgo. The sun is still in Taurus. We will be in the month of May, starting next Monday. And next Monday is a big day. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, the 25th, the big things that are happening, the mood, the feel, the vibe that I'm getting from astrologists, and things I study. One of them is also the Destiny cards by Robert Camp. Looking at all these cards and all these things that are happening with Mercury going retrograde last week on the 21st, as the sun just moved into Taurus, we have this opportunity for a break to clear our minds, to think deeply about the things we value. And Jupiter is getting ready to leave Aries and move into Taurus to join the sun. And Jupiter enhances everything, or beyond enhancing, sometimes too much, right? Sometimes with Jupiter in your sign, like with Taurus people, you could gain a little weight because you enjoy your sweets so much, just little things like that, whatever it is. So, also with Jupiter in Taurus, where the North Node is still getting ready to leave and go into Aries, we will have a full moon eclipse coming up. And that's going to be on the 5th. As the moon was just new last week. Since we had 2 new moons in Aries, the whole cycle has been shifted back into reverse in terms of we went new moon, full moon, new moon again in Aries, and now we're going to get a full moon on the node of Scorpio coming up. And so because of that is because the nodes are in flux, getting ready to shift into the Aries Libra node, which is where the eclipses were last month in March during Aries season. And again in April at the end of Aries season, right? 0 degrees Aries new moon, 29 degrees Aries new moon. Now we're going into Scorpio full moon. And full moon brings us things that help us. And so with the full moon coming in first and then Taurus later, we're going to have a lot of things, a lot of abundance in Taurus. And with Jupiter and Taurus, we're going to have a lot of abundance. For some of us, it's money. For some of us, it's maybe we'll buy something we want. But Taurus is about quality, things that last, because Taurus is, I wouldn't say old-fashioned, but definitely values antiques. Things like that, there's a lot of pieces of high fashion cost a lot, but they last forever, so these are the things that Taurus people like since they're ruled by Venus also. So really hang out in nature, make your house really cozy, do things that you want to do to your house. You're thinking about maybe changing out a shower head or something, or maybe going for a hike, maybe going to that restaurant you want to go to, maybe learning how to cook, how to do some kind of arts and crafts, a good time to crochet if you're into that, or knit. So there's a bunch of things that Taurus rules over because it's Venus. And Venus really enjoys her time here in Taurus. And we just had Earth Day also on Saturday. The other thing that's going on is that Taurus hosting the Sun and Jupiter is going to be opposite of the full moon in Scorpio. Because Taurus and Scorpio are opposite signs. So what does that mean? It means that we are really, with Mercury asleep in right now for a while. We're really being asked to slow down, really slow down with Jupiter here. It's hard. We can use that energy of Jupiter being in Taurus during this time when Mercury is napping, basically. We can't feel its energy. So with Mercury basically not sending us any energy right now, our mind is sleepy and our thoughts can be clogged and scrambled. So it's a great time to edit work that you have in progress. And that really is what's going on, is like wrap things up, get your stuff going, get it ready. And when Mercury wakes up, May 11th, around there, May 11th, we'll start to feel energy again. By the end of May, everything should be good, working well tuned. But Mars being in Cancer for a little bit longer here also is bogged down in the Cancer waters. And also Mars feels a little bit frustrated here as Mercury's is asleep. So with that energy being slowed down by emotions, and emotions ruling our actions right now, a lot of energy is going towards the home, and a lot of times that energy can be good for renovation, for cooking, for hanging out with family, for decorating, gardening, hang out with your animal, doing things like that. But also it can aggravate you with these emotions being blocked, feeling blocked. especially as the full moon revs up, your emotions are going to rev up. And the full moon will be in Scorpio on May 5th, I believe. So here we go, right? We have these waters, these energy or emotional energy, everything's kind of clogging up inside of us, but it's there underneath the surface. And we can't really see it because the sun's in Taurus, and Taurus is a surface kind of sign. The top of the land, the earth, the flowers, the beauty of the earth. Where Scorpio, the full moon, is everything that's inside of us working hard to figure out how to evolve, how to get rid of things that aren't working for us that we can't see. We're trying to figure out the mystery of ourselves with this full moon coming up next week. And so this time period is really made for us to think about what is it that we want to release and let go of in this new era of the next 20 years, plus 20 years or so coming up. What saps your energy? What doesn't return the energy back in a positive way for you? What vibes do you feel around certain things that no longer serve you, make you happy? Maybe it's some clothes you need to get rid of, clean out your closets. Maybe what I did yesterday, I repotted my plants because they were starting to get bogged down. Their roots were outgrowing their containers. And some houseplants especially need to be repotted almost every year, depending on how big the basket or the pot you have it in. So I did that, and that felt great. And now I'm going to have to clean the house, I believe, because I did spill some dirt because it was too cold to go outside and do all these things. So I'm enjoying the weather in terms of it's not too hot and humid already. But the coldness I don't really enjoy. I don't think anyone really enjoys a really cold, wet spring. It usually gets us too sick. So as we head into the weekend with the Leo moon on Friday, we're going to feel very happy, excited. Besides it being Friday, it's going to be lit up more with the moon growing in size as it heads towards the full moon, eclipse to boot. So our emotions are going to get revved up, and so get ready to do things to release your emotional energy. Writing is great, writing into a journal. Great way to release things that are private to you and you maybe are not ready to share with other people. So it's a great thing, writing, poetry, prose, all these things. Diary, anything, journaling, whatever you call it, it's good. Also, figure out a way to maybe express those emotions in a calm manner. With Mercury asleep, I wouldn't do it now, I would wait, but you could write it out and prepare it in your mind. So at least you feel like you're doing something about it. And, be careful driving around doing things like that when you're emotional. Sometimes it's good just to sit in the car and listen to music, driving around slowly, that's always nice. Getting out into the open air and feeling like you're doing something, just driving down the road, looking at flowers, riding your bike, taking a walk, taking a jog. So these are the things I still suggest for this week that's slow. But sometimes when the week is slow, you get more frustrated, right? Because you feel like there's nothing to do. So really take a step back and meditate and do our breathing, right? 6 seconds in. Hold it for 4. Let it out through your mouth. Sit for 4. Let breathe it in again. So I've noticed my nose is always clogged when I'm up in the north part of America. But when I go south, like when I was in Florida for Easter holiday, my nose wasn't clogged. And I was swimming a lot in the pool, but I don't really think that was it. It's just the different types of trees they have here, and the climate is less conducive to where I was born. And so I noticed that for a while now, and it's really interesting in terms of as you get older and you're more in touch with yourself, you start to notice things about yourself. And that's very important as you age and as these major planets shift. They affect you and the whole world at the same time. Just like COVID when Saturn went into Aquarius. We all got locked down. It was for everyone because Aquarius rules over groups and all kinds of things. And airborne diseases, believe it or not. So that's where we're at with that. And now we have Pluto in Aquarius. And as you can see, AI stuff's coming out that's crazy. You don't really ever want to have your AI done. So really think about all these things. I would talk to you next week. And we will touch upon the eclipse season. And on Monday is a huge day also, so take it easy. I will release some stuff about Monday coming up. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Peace.